Bonjour, so we are back in Riverview for another renovation, and this time it's going to be a house I've done before, but I've lost all the pictures I had taken of the renovation, and also it was one for a challenge on the SIMS Daily forum, where the whole makeover was within budget. So you had a budget. I don't remember the budget for this one. You could renovate the house as long as you had some simoleons left. When you ran out of cash, the house was done. So that house is the split here. I'm going to pin on the screen the link to the playlist for all the previous videos in that world, makeovers and let's build, and also check-in videos. And then let's check it out in edit town mode. So as I've said, I've done it before. I know a bit about the sisters. So there is one, I think she's in the medical career, and that would be Shirley. Yeah, that's Shirley. And then there is Roxy, who is a musician, if I remember well. The house is divided into two houses. It's actually two houses, one modern side and one more like traditional, maybe Victorian house. What I had done was previously, for my previous makeover, it was to have the same house divided into two parts. So there was like the dining room and kitchen were in the Victorian part of the house, and then the living room and laundry were in the modern part of the house. So I don't know, I don't think I'm going to do that. I need to read the description first, and because I think it's, yeah, we'll see. I might do that again, but I don't know. So it's the split, 2 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and the size is 40 by 30, quite big. There is one house in every neighborhood that makes you stop and stare. This is the house, and it's no other name than that one house, inherited jointly by the Lin Sisters, who were never able to agree on anything. One undertook a restoration, the other a remodel, and the result is the best, or some say the worst, of both worlds. So yeah, I'm not sure. Do I go with, as it is, 2 different houses in one, or maybe half and half, as I did before? Let's tour the house first, and then I'll try and decide. So seeing the house like that, could be Victorian, that half there, and then this one is modern for sure. It's pretty much 2 houses, and I think the garage is going to be empty. So something that has always bothered me, but at the same time, it's how the house comes in the game, is that it's not centered in the middle of the lot. So there is one sister with more backyard space than the other, and also the 2 swing sets are on the same side, so the side of where the garage is, and then they have divided weirdly the backyard like that. I don't know if they really need the fence, and the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm leaning toward having only one house split into 2 different styles depending on the rooms, because it seems more logical. I don't know. Let's go, what overview? I think it's going to be easier. Turn on all lights. Living room with a fireplace and kitchen dining in both cases, and then bathroom in the middle. And then the staircase. What I had done was to have like I removed the wall here, and that way there was half modern and half more traditional. And then upstairs, so this is lofted, and with a weirdly placed bathroom actually. And then the bedroom is there. Is a nice window, a picture window toward the back. And then I really like the Zen garden too. And then here there are 2 rooms, and the interesting thing is that bump out here. I'm going to try and keep. still have it as a very original house, but I need to reread the description. But yeah, okay. I'm really not sure. Maybe I have at least 1 or 2 common rooms, and then I can keep it divided at the top so that they have each their own area. So maybe I'm going to go and do that. To have either, I can keep the wall here, could be fun. Maybe with an archway, and then downstairs that room is a common room, but again divided into 2 parts. And I might move the kitchen pretty much in the middle, and then they each picked a corner they have renovated to their style. So that's the idea. I'll keep 1/2 traditional, 1/2 modern, one big house, but very weirdly renovated. Okay, so this one, it's one where I've changed my mind several times. So hopefully I have removed the 2 redundant parts where I've gone back and forth with some of the ideas. But for the more traditional side of the house, I went with the Victorian style. So I've tried to emphasize that Victorian vibe, using more decor for the walls and accents, and I think I've added also like decorative shutters for those windows here. And that's the part of the house I'm trying to think. I might have also done at least like 1 tile more for the modern part, but yeah, that's the part of the house where I've added bump outs. So one on the top floor where the attic is, so that I could accommodate the rooftop I wanted to have there, with slightly curved rooftop on one side, and then on the back also there is this a bump out also where on the porch, so it's eating a bit on the porch portion for Shirley, but yeah, I don't really have, I've not really added to the floor plan of the house, to the footprint of the house, looking for my words, and that's what I've added for the modern part. So that big grey pillar there, so that there would be delineation between the front porch for Shirley's side of the house and the part where Roxy has her main door there. So yep, that's the big differences there for the structure of the house. And I haven't added, so there was already an attic for the more traditional part of the house, but it's just that it wasn't accessible. I haven't really toured it. It was part of the rooftop. So here, adding that bump out at the back. Also, I'm going to add not a wraparound, but somewhat half wraparound roof at the back, also here, just for the porch area. And for Roxy, I think I've kept the same-ish windows for Roxy's side. Maybe not, I'm trying to think, but I might have moved them a bit, but it's the same ones on the side. I might have moved them around a bit, shuffle them around, but I think they are the same number. Oh, also I've realized, I knew that, but I didn't remember, but there are 2 bookcases in the house, one on each side, and behind those bookcases there are no wall. There is not a wall there, so it's actually the same room technically. So that's another thing I'll need to talk about. So at first I wanted to have one big house, but then I started decorating, and wanted to keep the same idea of having the same number of rooms. And so I wanted both of them to have their living rooms. But it was very weird looking, because I removed the wall in between the two sides, and Roxy's living room, there is that huge bay window, and it's you can see from a distance, you can see inside the house. And when I removed the wall, you could see also Shirley's living room, which is totally a mismatch to Roxy's. And so I was thinking that, I tried different things to kind of hide that area and still have that, the fact that it's just one big room. So I had, like, as if they had hung curtains there on Shirley's side. And then I tried with also the dividers from late night. And yeah, it wasn't working at all. So I went back to the wall afterwards. So I put it back. I built back the wall in between the two staircases. So here I'm trying something else, and that part did not work. When I was trying to have like one big room, I still wanted them to have each their side. So to keep that atmosphere, and when playing, I went with having like the most discreet fence I could find, and then I placed, I think, like 2 gates, like one where there is the archway there in between the 2 sides, and another one in the kitchen. And I've kept only the one in the kitchen. So what I did is I built back the wall in between the staircase, for the front of the house. That way, when looking through the windows, you can't see through Roxy's big picture windows. You cannot see Shirley's side, but I still wanted them to have like a common room in a way, even though they each have their one side. So I kept the idea, that first idea I had with the fence. I've kept that in the kitchen, so you'll see that. So when they are in their kitchens, they're actually next to each other when they are cooking, for instance. But I also placed a gate that is locked, but that can be unlocked. I actually don't know if it doesn't get reset when you export the lot, so it might have been reset. But in my game, I've locked it in between, and that gate that is placed in between the 2 kitchens. So you'll see it afterwards. So here, doing the Roxy's living room, then I'm going to do Shirley's living room, then to the kitchen, same thing, and then upstairs. So the living room for Roxy, there are a few store items in that. You can see the fence I went with at first, but then went back to the wall. So yeah, there are a few free store items. Again, I'm going to have them included with the download, so that you have the same ones as the ones I've used there as package. And there are like 3 or 4 in that living room. There is a painting. I placed it afterwards once I've gone back to the wall. I needed, it was a bit bare, so I didn't put that painting, but I don't know the name of the file. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to be included with the store items, but it can be replaced by one. I don't have Into the Future, but I'm thinking that there is painting there that looked quite modern and could fit the vibe of Roxy's living room. So by then I had met them over, both sisters, and they have like opposite traits. Like, for instance, one was flirty and the other one wasn't flirty. I think I removed these because there are too many flirty themes in town. So instead I went with nurturing for Shirley, and she's in the medical career, so I thought it was kind of fitting. And dislikes children for Roxy. So I did some changes like that. And I've tried to have like more like what do they like? What kind of hobbies do they like to do? What do they enjoy doing during their free time? Also, what would they have at their home to feel like to feel at home on their side of the house. So I also went with their favorite colors. So Shirley's is pink, soft pink, and Roxy is her favorite color is a sort of purple. I don't remember if it's like purple or spiceberry, but it's a purple color. and so yeah, I went with that for this color, for the main color scheme, and then tried to work with some of the textures that were already there, pieces of furniture, or some of the colors that were included on some of the pieces. So, for instance, I wasn't super happy with the main color scheme for Shirley's side. I find it a bit washed out at first, and so a bit later I found that there was that color on one of the wallpapers upstairs on her side. It's sort of a pinkish beige. I'm very bad at colors, so it was kind of a pop of color, and I used this one on the curtains afterwards. So all the curtains are that color, and I like it better now because it's less one tone, you know. And also I tried to insert a few more pops of color like that all around the house. For Roxy's side, I missed, there is a missed opportunity. I saw that afterward. But in her bedroom, there was different items with green tone, color, and I haven't used that one. So I was a bit perturbed by her bed cover. The bedspread didn't look like what I would have chosen for her. Looked quite different from the rest of the house. There was like a theme there, and I didn't think it fit the theme. So yeah, that's my excuse for why I haven't used that green color that I could have had added a few items with that, and I'm thinking I might do that in the future, maybe for the save file, if I come back to that house before. And yep. So in the meantime, we did the the kitchens, and so Roxy's is a open kitchen, so it's the dining area is in the same room. For Shirley, I went with the more classic separated dining room, while on Roxy's side I went with more like sleek lines, I guess, even though neither of them is a perfectionist or a neat sim. So I didn't go like minimalist for Roxy. I don't know if it's it might fit her, but I don't get really that. It's just like the modern lines are like here. You can see the pops of green on the lamps, and even there is some on the bed, some on the wall. So I could have used that because it seems like it's a color she likes too. So I could have used that there. I haven't. So her bedroom, I went with removing the big bathroom that was there because I like the idea of having like through light from one window overlooking the living room with the big bay windows there, and then the big window, the picture window at the back of the bedroom, and then there are two windows on the side, very tall ones too. And I wanted to use that space, and I didn't see where I could have like a big bathroom, so that's why the bathroom is actually all in one bathroom plus one sink, and then there is a dresser just next to it, so it's all on the same wall, like a line. It's lined up there. I'll have to have a look because I don't really remember how it was lofted, that area, but I've kept, so I remember there was that big window there, but was it open? Because it might have been like open behind the bathroom, and the bathroom was where I have the big desk there. But yeah, so that's she's a musician, that's why I'm having like a few music related items there. So yeah, I think it was an open area also, but so this one is closed off, but with those big windows it doesn't hopefully feel too much like it, because I wanted to keep the same vibe again for her bedroom and that side of the house. So on the other side, Shirley's bedroom, there are 3 rooms there, so including the bathroom. I started with Shirley's bedroom, and that's where I started to incorporate more colors there, a bit more vibrant colors or darker colors, so that there would be like a contrast with the light woods and lighter, like the pale walls, and that's where I went with that. And again, more traditional pieces there, older pieces, and I didn't really have a grasp of what I wanted to do with Shirley's free time, and then I was thinking a bit later, I went with the idea that she might be a thrifter, and she likes going thrifting. So here, bringing back the wall in between the two sides, and so that's why maybe she's using that hobby to include pieces in as decor in that big house, because even though she has only half, the house is still quite big for just one sim. So I needed reasons for her to have a lot of items everywhere, a bit different types of items. So in the spare room, I think I've placed like 2 doll houses, and the kites that came with a reward for when you register your game. So what's World Adventures, I think, the kites, and stuff like that. So in my mind, she likes to go thrifting. And I guess that's the result, that she has knickknacks a bit everywhere, different trinkets, and different, type of collection. So that's what I went with to furnish a bit more her house. And one other thing is in her spare room, I've put a couch. I'll try to show that during the overview at the end, but I've put a bed in the attic, and the idea is that when she has guests over, that she has actually a pull-out couch in that room, and the bed can be placed there. So I'll try to remember and show you what I've playtested it. It worked, so I can show you what I have in mind there. So we are in the spare bedroom now, or spare room, and that's where I've placed all the trinkets. And I wasn't sure how to use it, because I think that's where the easel was originally, and I don't think she didn't have anything that made me think that she was an artist, for instance. So, she's proper also in my game, and her sister is, what was it? Like avant-garde, I think. They're not totally opposite traits, but I like the idea of having her, she likes more traditional design, so like the idea of having her be more proper. And since Roxy likes more modern design, I like the avant-garde trait for her, so opposite in the design way, let's say, like what they have in mind when they are thinking of home, sweet home. And so that's actually the second rocking chair I've put in her corner of the house for Shirley. But the other one is downstairs in her living room, but she doesn't have a TV. So there is no rocking chair on Roxy's side, but she has a TV. Shirley does have a laptop. I went with the one that looks like an old book. And that's also where I've put the art easel. So there is a small art corner. I wanted to really use the attic. The house is not totally shared fairly, let's say. But at the same time, if Roxy went with something very different from what used to be there, seemed logical that she has less space in total, because maybe she removes the part of the attic she had access to. I don't know. I know it's a very weird house. I don't think it could exist in the real world. But maybe I'm not an architect, so I don't know. So then the yard. So I've delineated the yard so that they had as much space as the other one. So that's why it looks smaller. I ignore the whole part behind the garage. And also, I switched the cherry blossom tree at the front by another one, a bigger one, because I wanted it to be, to block a bit more the view, of the inside of, Roxy's living room that is totally visible from the street. I guess it made me feel like a bit creeped out for her, that people could spy on her from the street like that. But that's for the cherry blossom tree. I had something else I wanted to add. The swing sets. I've kept the idea of them having swing sets, maybe from their childhood days, and since it's a house they inherited from their parents, and instead of having them at different part and different also looking, I put the same one, I think it's from Generations, and at the same-ish spot, so that they are actually connected. So when they are hanging out there, they can be like talking, for instance. I know they are enemies, but maybe it's like the olive branch. It's not an olive tree there, but it's a swing set from their childhood, connecting them, and they can hang out or go for a swing. But yeah, they can use it together. So, overview of the lot. Let's go downstairs. Oh, yeah, the garage, I've left it not that renovated, you know. I just wanted it to have, like, since it looked like neutral territory, we're thinking that they didn't touch it. And it was, you know, it's not in a state of disrepair, but it could use a new coat of paint or something. There are 2 parking spots over there, and also for bicycles if they want to have one. So the house itself, let's go. Roxy's door is there. So in my game, what I do is that I lock out the other sister. So here I'm going to have, since we cannot open this door, I'm going to have Shirley there. SSS here. And that way she cannot open that door. And for this one, I'm having Roxy unable to open the door. And back to the overview. Here we go. So, living room for Roxy. And then there is a door there for a small bathroom with the washing machine. Then this is the kitchen and dining corner. The gate here leading to the other side of the house. Okay, then back porch, a flight of stairs, and then the backyard with the clothesline here, and the swing sets over there. Same swing sets for Shirley, so they can hang out over there and, you know, maybe see the other's point of view from time to time. And then that's the pomelo tree in Shirley's backyard with the clothesline, back porch. Oh yeah, there is a gate here and another one there. So Shirley's, we were at the back porch, the back door is there, the kitchen, an archway there to the dining room, archway to the living room. Yeah, there is a door there for the small bathroom. The washing machine is there. So, staircase, let's go upstairs with Shirley's corner, the spare room, bathroom, Shirley's bedroom. There is a small room here with a ladder leading to the attic here. Back there, there is a door, actually. It should be locked, but yeah, it's a semi-hidden door that would lead to the other side of the house. So the upper floor for Roxy's side with a door leading to the bedroom, a door here leading to the very small bathroom with the all-in-one bathroom, and a dresser here, pretend dresser. Then, the store items. Let's go. Quite a few. So here, that one, I don't think it's going to be included because I don't know the name of it in the file. Or it might be part of the set, but I don't know which one. And it's going to be in the save file though. So that TV, this bookcase, same thing. I don't know the name of the file. So I have 3 bookcases. So I've put the 3 of them. The light, the guitar. Here, I don't think there is anything on Roxy's side, but on Shirley's, there is the turkey jar, the plant here, the dragon light, the record player here, the phone. Upstairs, let's go Roxy's side first. Oh, the stereo over there. Then on Shirley's side, there is the rabbit over there, the big bottle here, and the kites. So I also wanted to show you for the bed. So I'm going to have move objects on. Here we go. And then have the bed just like that. And yeah, let's play test it. Okay, so that's going to be it for this makeover and this video. I'll see you in the next one. À bientôt!